This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the survival silver solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosates that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride, it is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. For a limited time, use the promo code WATER15 and get 15% off on all ProPure systems at InfoWarsStore.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Alex Jones here with a message to fellow freedom lovers. The prognosis for the entire planetary economic system runs from bad to worse. The globalist model is to shut down societies and starve patriots out until they acquiesce to the global takeover. That's why we've assembled the most vital and important preparedness items at InfoWarsShop.com. These are items that I did research on, that I personally use. We've got the Life Straw, so you can turn fetid water into safe water anywhere you go. The K-Tor hand crank generator to charge up key equipment during power outages or out in the field. Strategic Relocation, 3rd edition by Joel Skousen. When Disaster Strikes by Matthew Stein. ThyroSafe, used by Homeland Security to protect yourself during any radiological event. Hand crank shortwave AM/FM radios. Everything that we've researched and found to be the best is available at InfoWarsShop.com, and your purchase makes our InfoWar possible. We're getting prepared. Are you? InfoWarsShop.com.
To stop tyranny? Well, so does he. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
We're here on the tip of the spear fighting for basic human freedom. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Back weeknights, 7 o'clock Central with InfoWars Nightly News. Find details at InfoWarsNews.com. And then, of course, Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m., we have the special InfoWars News for 2 hours, hosted by yours truly or folks like David Knight. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of David Knight, he is coming at the start of the next hour. Report EPA tested deadly pollutants on humans to push Obama admin agenda. We actually broke that 2 years ago. I was incorrect, not a year and a half ago. It's now in the mainstream news today. By the way, David Knight was part of the group that infiltrated and got the information and sued them. Just so you know, we're proud of his work. That's one of the reasons I hired him. Now, continuing, ladies and gentlemen, we have the new magazine, since the last caller mentioned what's happening to women. They're attacking the whole species, turning us against each other. They are assaulting everything. And they're saying you should just be able to turn your kids over to the state, turn them over to after-school programs. You should be able to party. You know, the state is your husband. Kick your man to the curb. Men have no rights. Men are bad. You'll be empowered as soon as you bring your man down. And the men have been taught to be a bunch of wannabe tough guy thugs and, you know, have their own set of issues. And last month's issue exposed the war on men. This issue of the magazine, at cost, in groups of 10 of up to 100. That's how you don't subscribe. Folks that subscribed, it was very successful, but I decided to end it because it's more cost-effective to not make you pay for shipping 12 times. Just buy the issues of the magazine you want in groups of 10 up to 100 and give them to friends and family. Big color, 68-page magazine documenting the chemicals, the biologicals, what they're doing to you. Big color, glossy magazines. It's the equivalent of a book that you can then give friends and family and give women, so they understand, to hopefully deprogram them or wake them up. And women are panicking right now on average. Statistically, higher mental illness levels, higher breakdown in society. You can look that up in mainline psychological publications. Women are not being validated by the system that swore it would validate them. And so there's a collapse level event going on in society, and it's under chemical warfare attack. So this is the new issue of the magazine, available at InfoWarsStore.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. A lifeboat of information in this special edition of the magazine. Modern-day Maryland, the war on women, InfoWarsStore.com, or 888-253-3139. Also, our sponsors make the broadcast possible. The best storable foods company out there, My Patriot Supply, MyPatriotSupply.com/Alex to find the specials. They got a lot of other preparedness items. MyPatriotSupply.com. Great customer service, non-GMO organic. MyPatriotSupply.com or 866-229-0927. Now, continuing here, briefly, because I want to go to Child Roland Dark Tower Came by Browning. But you were making the point, yes, I've read the guy's book, very interesting, perspective on raising young men to be honorable, to be men. This is what the system's trying to eradicate. And I'm not saying this guy's book is the end-all, be-all compendium on this. It's his perspective on what a knight is, but it's basic chivalry. And chivalry and being honorable is being extincted. Your comment on that, sir?
Yes, in addition to the chivalry approach, he takes a biblical definition of what it means to be a man, and I think that's what's sorely missing. Just if I could, a real man rejects passivity, a real man leads courageously, a real man accepts responsibility, and a real man expects the greater reward. And it's a remarkable way to raise a young boy in this troubled time. So let's use it as another tool against the social destroyers.
Absolutely. God bless you. Now, folks, a very powerful piece of poetry.
Robert Browning. Child Roland, to the Dark Tower came. 1. My first thought was, he lied in every word. That hoary cripple, with malicious eye askance to watch the workings of his lie on mine, and mouth scarce able to afford suppression of the glee that pursed and scored its edge, had one more victim gained thereby. 2. What else should he be set for with his staff? What, save to waylay with his lies, ensnare all travelers who might find him posted there, and ask the road? I guessed what skull-like laugh would break, what crutch gin write my epitaph for pastime in the dusty thoroughfare. 3. If at his counsel I should turn aside into that ominous tract which, all agree, hides the Dark Tower, yet acquiescingly I did turn as he pointed, neither pride, now hope rekindling at the end descried, so much as gladness that some end might be. 4. For what with my whole world-wide wandering, what with my search drawn out through years, my hope dwindled into a ghost not fit to cope with that obstreperous joy success would bring, I hardly tried now to rebuke the spring my heart made, finding failure in its scope. 5. As when a sick man, very near to death, seems dead indeed, and feels begin and end the tears and takes the farewell of each friend, and hears one bid the other go, draw breath freelier outside. Since all is o'er, he saith, and the blow fallen, no grieving can amend. 6. When some discuss if near the other graves be room enough for this, and when a day suits best for carrying the corpse away, with care about the banners, scarves, and staves, and still the man hears all, and only craves he may not shame such tender love, and stay. 7. Thus I had so long suffered in this quest, heard failure prophesied so oft, been writ so many times among the band, to wit, the knights who to the dark tower's search addressed their steps, that just to fail as they seemed best, and all the doubt was now, should I be fit? 8. So, quiet as despair, I turned from him, that hateful cripple, out of his highway, into the path he pointed. All the day had been a dreary one at best, and dim was settling to its close, yet shot one grim red leer to see the plain catch its estray. 9. For mark, no sooner was I fairly found, pledged to the plain, after a pace or two, than, pausing to throw backwards a last view o'er the safe road, 'twas gone. Grey plain all round, nothing but plain to the horizon's bound. I might go on, naught else remained to do. 10. So on I went. I think I never saw such starved, ignoble nature. Nothing throve. For flowers, as well expect a cedar grove. But cockle, spurge, according to their law, might propagate their kind with none to awe. You'd think a burr had been a treasure trove. 11. No. Penury, inertness, and grimace, in some strange sort were the land's portion. See, or shut your eyes, said nature peevishly, it nothing skills. I cannot help my case. 'Tis the last judgment's fire must cure this place, calcine its clods, and set my prisoners free. 12. If there pushed any ragged thistle stalk above its mates, the head was chopped, the bents were jealous else. What made those holes and rents in the dock's harsh swarth leaves, bruised as to balk all hope of greenness? 'Tis a brute must walk, passing their life out with a brute's intents. 13. As for the grass, it grew as scant as hair in leprosy. Thin dry blades pricked the mud which underneath looked kneaded up with blood. One stiff, blind horse, his every bone a stare, stood stupefied, however he came there, thrust out past service from the devil's stud. 14. Alive? He might be dead for aught I know, with that red gaunt and colloped neck astrain, and shut eyes underneath the rusty mane. Seldom went such grotesqueness with such woe. I never saw a brute I hated so. He must be wicked to deserve such pain. 15. I shut my eyes and turned them on my heart, as a man calls for wine before he fights. I asked one draught of earlier, happier sights, ere fitly I could hope to play my part. Think first, fight afterwards, the soldier's art. One taste of the old time sets all to rights. 16. Not it. I fancied Cuthbert's reddening face beneath its garniture of curly gold. Dear fellow, till I almost felt him fold an arm to mine to fix me to the place, the way he used. Alas, one night's disgrace. Out went my heart's new fire, and left it cold. 17. Giles, then, the soul of honor, there he stands, frank as 10 years ago when knighted first. What honest man should dare, he said, he durst. Good, but the scene shifts. Faugh! What hangman hands pinned to his breast a parchment? His own bands read it. Poor traitor, spit upon and cursed. 18. Better this present than a past like that. Back, therefore, to my darkening path again. No sound, no sight as far as I could strain. Will the night send a howlet or a bat? I asked, when something on the dismal flat came to arrest my thoughts and change their train. 19. A sudden little river crossed my path, as unexpected as a serpent comes. No sluggish tide congenial to the glooms. This, as it frothed by, might have been a bath for the fiend's glowing hoof to see the wrath of its black eddy bespate with flakes and spumes.